And turning now to the Vatican, Pope Francis opened a global summit of bishops on the future of the Catholic Church today. The pontiff celebrated Mass this morning to open the meeting, saying that the Church needs to welcome everyone and lower its ideological barriers. So joining me now with the latest from Rome is CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay. So this is really interesting, Chris, because with the Pope, it really appears as if it's not just the words, right? Pope Francis has given women and lay people the right to vote in, this is called the Synod. How significant is this move? It's not just him saying we welcome everyone, it's him saying you're part of this conversation.
Absolutely, Anne-Marie. You know, it's a big deal. These are bishops, hundreds of bishops from around the world representing the Catholic Church's more than 1.3 billion members around the world. So a huge diversity of voices. And now, as you mentioned, even more diverse because you have women and you also have lay people who get to chime in on some very hot button issues. Things like whether women should be allowed to become deacons, whether divorced and remarried Catholics should be allowed to have communion, and whether priests should be allowed to get married. So some very controversial topics. They'll get to vote on these issues. Now, the question is, how much will Francis actually listen to that vote? Because at the end of the day, this is still an absolute monarchy and he's the head of it. So these votes are more a way of letting him know, kind of operating as a sounding board for the way the Catholic Church feels about these issues. At the end of the day, though, it's his decision as to how he's going to implement these different voices from around the world. When it comes to women and their role in the church, though, Pope Francis has been pushing them forward more than any other of his predecessors. We already have women leading dicasteries or departments here inside of the Vatican in a way that just never was the case before he became the Pope.
I think you sort of, you make a really good point that ultimately it's the Pope's decision. And sometimes, with the Catholic Church, if a Pope moves like an inch or a millimeter, it seems like radical liberalism. But it really is kind of a tiny, tiny step, which brings me to this. Pope Francis has suggested, in response to cardinals earlier this year, asking for some clarity, that there could be ways to bless same-sex unions. What more can you tell us about that? And what are some of the other more controversial proposals? You touched on some of them that could come up in this summit.
Yeah, this really went off like a bomb before the Synod even began officially today. This statement was made public earlier this week, and it was championed by the LGBTQ community as a very important change. But it was, it's been kind of like kicking a beehive as well, especially among conservative members of the church who say, well, didn't really answer our questions. Now, there were some caveats to what Pope Francis said. He did open the door to blessing same-sex unions, but he said it should be done on a case-by-case basis. He said it should be done in a way that doesn't elevate same-sex unions to the same sacred level as heterosexual weddings, because at the end of the day, those are the only marriages that the Catholic Church officially recognizes. So you have a lot of conservatives now who are wondering, well, wait, is it up to the priest's discretion to say whose wedding or whose same-sex union I'm going to bless? They're very confused right now.
The thing about Pope Francis is certainly compared to the previous Pope, Pope Benedict, he really does seem forward-moving, more liberal. He must have his fair share of critics.
Oh, he absolutely does. One of his biggest is an American cardinal named Raymond Burke. He is sort of leading the charge against Pope Francis at this synod, saying that, for instance, this message on same-sex unions and blessing them, it just sows confusion and dilutes church doctrine. You even hear conservative Catholics, specifically in the United States, saying, using words like schism or split within the Catholic Church. And there are, some significant things that could come out of this synod that would in their eyes be counter to church dogma. For instance, if priests are allowed to marry, that's something they certainly disagree with. They definitely disagree with women being allowed to become deacons, and as I mentioned before, they're absolutely distraught and confused by what the Pope has already said about blessing gay unions, blessing same-sex unions within within a church context. What does this mean? They're certainly hoping for more clarity throughout the rest of this synod.
All right, well, it ought to be a very interesting gathering, Chris. Thank you.